go. Here is the clicker for you, and let's hear a warm applause for Nemanja from Cryptic Legends.
Woo! Hi everyone. So the satellite guy is done, and now the game guy is up, right? Before I start, I want to say that I had a really great time here, and the whole conference somehow strengthened the sense of belonging to the whole Eternity ecosystem. So when I say our game, I mean all of us, okay? So Cryptic Legends, games and everything, right? Why games? The video game industry grew rapidly in last years, and it managed to surpass movies and music industries combined by two, so by the factor of two, with reaching 165 billion in revenue. So it sounds like it's a great time to make games, right? Well, it's also really hard to make good games. And this is why we put a lot of thought at what core ingredients we are going to use to build our game on. And what we have is team management, a team management game that is set in a serious fantasy world, where each hero can be developed. There's a huge accent on character configuration and progress. And of course, last but very far from the least, trading of those heroes. So why team management? Everybody likes to be a general after the battle. So why not test your theories, especially against other players? Fantasy. A lot of people love fantasy. A lot more people think it's a bit childish. Well, you know, add blood and boobs, and suddenly 100 million people is really excited about it. Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games. Today, it's become like a must-have to have a character progression. And we have to admit that we are all at least a little bit narcissistic. And these games let us express ourselves through those characters that we play with. Trading from traditional trading card games. It's only now with the blockchain technology that we can actually in a true way express ownership of game assets, just like in those cardboard cards games. Yeah. So so we know that these ingredients are solid, each for itself, and we chose these especially because we found a really good way to integrate them together. So, right now I'm gonna show you some screens from the game. It's not from the game, it's actually a mock-up of the game. The thing is that based on our alpha testing, that was browser-based alpha, we realized that, and with all that's happening with mobile games overtaking the industry, it was really smart to switch towards mobile first. And you know, it's natural for blockchain projects to start browser-based when they were conceived a year or 2 years ago, but now the technology is really kind of moving forward. Everything's becoming more and more possible. And so we'll just go through the slides and see what it is. So in the game, what we store as NFTs is heroes. You will be collecting heroes, and you are going to create a team of heroes, configuring your team's formation and your team skills. Every player will always have one team of heroes ready for battle. Pressing the battle button, pressing the battle button will open another screen where you will get a random opponent. Here, you are able to see their team, but you don't see all the informations. Then, based on what you see, you can go in and reconfigure your own team. We'll see later about what you can reconfigure. After you're satisfied with your team's configuration, you go to fight. and then the battle is automatic. You can completely observe and get all the info you want by just seeing the animations and data that's presented with these icons and bars, health bars. But you also have, for more hardcore players, you also have a log here, which details all the stats, all the info, numerical data. So that's how the battle looks. And then this is the configuration part, right? So this is our NFT. It's a hero with different attributes. These are numerical data, mind, body, and spirit, and they are used to calculate effectiveness, speed, everything that hero does. These are talents. They come in different rarities, and they are what will also make the character more or less rare. Now, what you see on this card is what you would see on an OpenSea, for example, or another or Vadex exchange, where you actually where you can buy it completely separately from us. And these are the things that you can on the right and left that you can actually configure. So what you see here is a skill tree. And based on the level of the hero, this is how many points you will have to distribute to these skills. The squares are the actions that the hero will be able to use in the battle, while the circles are just like traits, something that, let's say, increase the health of the hero or speed or something like that. I don't think I need to tell more about items. It's pretty obvious what it is. And another part that is maybe a bit more unique, even more about our game, is the way we get the story to the player. So while collecting heroes, each of these talents will have a piece of the story. And then these pieces of the story here on the right, they, when collected, they will make even more sense, and they will describe, let's say, a character or an event or something like that, and that will complete the whole story about the world. And we have different cultures. We are starting with Norse, Celt, and Slavic. We are very proud to have Slavic culture in games, and yeah. So the way we intend to earn money, right, is direct sales of heroes to players. In packs, like booster packs, just a normal thing, the way you get cards. This is how we get the whole profit goes to us, and because we are going through app stores now, you know, there's a fee for them. Then transaction fee on player-to-player trades. That's something that's only possible with blockchain. Wherever the trade happens, whether it's on our servers or on anyone else's, we get a fee. And another thing is rewarded video ads, because it's a really cool thing on mobile. Now, I don't think there's anyone, if there is anyone that wants to see a couple of really ugly architecture slides, you can let me know later. Yep. So let's show a demo, because we don't have some really cool, really intelligent, overly smart contracts, but we do have something that's kind of new on Eternity ecosystem, and that's NFTs. How many of you know what's an NFT? Non-fungible token, right? Okay. Okay. So for those that didn't raise their hands, it's a unique token. So it's something that's really different from a currency token, which can be exchanged for one for another. These are unique, so they can represent like paintings or cards, for example. And what we have here is a demo that shows something that we are going to use for our pre-sale. So here is our current collection of packs and heroes. We go to the pre-sale screen where you can buy different packs. Each pack has a price and how many there's left. Okay. None left anymore. So, yeah, so we go and when we buy a pack, we get the pack, and then we have to open it. So when we are actually building these packs and generating heroes, it's almost like we have a factory. So we pre-generate the heroes, we have a bunch of heroes, it's a limited number, and then we put them in packs. And it's a great way for players to be completely sure that what they own, they know exactly how many of those heroes is there with those exact talents and attributes. Yeah, so there's the new hero open from the pack. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So where we are right now, developing a game is a bit more like a movie production, right? So there's multiple streams of development, from back-end to front-end, from art production and story writing, and then tying it all together. So right now we are, where are we? We're, somewhere here. We are planning closed beta for October, probably it's going to be late October. Then open beta, where everybody can try it, is going to happen somewhere in November. Pre-sale, game launch, and then this, like another part of the, how much time? Okay, so another part of the story is like something that's further in the future, because what we can do with these NFTs is unlimited, basically. You all know about CryptoKitties, I guess? Nobody knows? Okay, cool. So, yeah, so we are using pretty much the same model, except we are building an actual game around it. And what we can do is we can have other developers read what is stored here on the aeternity blockchain and interpret it in any way they see fit or they like, so that we can have completely different games. Imagine this guy being interpreted as a car. So what is he? He's strong, he's probably fast. It's going to be a fast car. Not very smart, so maybe controls are going to be a bit quirky, right? The team behind. So an experienced team, software developers, designing games and blockchain products, designing mobile, web, desktop apps for about 10 years. We have the knowledge to build great products, but we also needed writers, artists, and completely another part of the kind of a story. That's what I said was the difference between software and movie production. So we're here, we're going strong, and in November you expect to try it.